everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Leora Aileen. My name's Leora and I talk on here about books, reading, writing, and sometimes other stuff as well. And today I am in a different spot because I'm filming a different kind of video. I decided it would be so much fun to do a reading journaling video for once. I love art journaling. It's one of my biggest hobbies. I have many journals. I've been journaling semi-consistently since I was 15 years old. I have a few of my most recent journals here. I think I have around 8 to 10 of these in total. I have not really ever counted them, but quite a lot. I show my journaling quite frequently in my reading vlogs on this channel because I really enjoy journaling and I enjoy sharing it with you as well, but I'd never really considered it for a main video because it's not as directly related to reading, because the journaling I do is not strictly reading bookish journaling. And that is, to be honest, what I love about it, because you can do anything in a journal. It's so versatile and you can try and experiment, and it really helps like get the creative energies flowing, and I just really love it. I think for me, someone who illustrates for a living as well, it's really nice to have this form of the thing you love that's more a hobby that has less pressure on it but does help you like stay creative. So I do little painting experiments, I do really ugly messy spreads where I do sketching and write out thoughts and worries, I do collaging, I write down song lyrics, lots and lots of collaging. And I love that it doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, it can just be something you do and enjoy doing. And because it's a journal, if you don't like the spread you made, you just go into the next page and there's like a whole new space for you. And if you don't like the thing or you're having like a bad day, you close it and it's gone. For somebody who puts a lot of pressure on themselves, that can be really nice. Now in this video, I am going to be talking specifically about journaling related to books because I do love doing that occasionally. I like tracking in general in my journals. I print out a lot of things related to my weeks, like photos, and I really love making these spreads sort of documenting my life and my weeks. Save lots of trinkets and paper scraps. I do diary entries with some sketches, and sometimes I go full collage mode. And in this video, I want to show you a few spreads related to reading that I've made before, talk to you about my reading journal spreads that I love doing, and make some reading journal spreads with you as well. I thought it also could be fun to show you some of my supplies, the things I love using. I've also recently made these reading tracker stickers. For those of you who don't know, I am an illustrator and I have a web shop with stationery, bookmarks, notebooks, all sorts of things. I do lots of stickers as well. Haven't added these to the shop just yet, but I thought it could be really fun to try these myself in this video. Basically, you stick them in the journal and you write the books you've been reading in the little empty book places. And then you get a cute little bookshelf. Like I said, I often print out things to put in my journal, and I've printed some recent books and some books that are still on my TBR. And I have also printed some quotes from those books, some patterns that I found on Pinterest, and a little April sticker. I find a lot of stickers on Canva when I don't want to use my own stickers because, like I said, I have a stationery shop, so I regularly just go into my own inventory and use some of my own stickers. I always design with myself in mind, so if I like the sticker sheet, it's going to go live, and I also use them because I like them. But I'll show you some of those as I'm using them. And another supply I really love using is washi tape. I have so many washi tapes, like a bit of a concerning collection really. But it's one of my favorite things to buy when I'm at artist alleys or markets. I also use them to pack up my shop orders because I just think it adds a little extra pizzazz and it makes them look really cute. And it makes it more fun to wrap as well. And I stick these tapes in my journals all the time, sometimes in more of a collage style and sometimes to actually put something down on the page. I'm also really curious to hear if any of you guys enjoy journaling and if you do bookish journaling specifically. Another thing I got recently that I'm really excited about is this antiquarian sticker book, and it is so stunning. I asked this for my birthday, and it's basically this really big book filled with stickers, and they're all like a little bit vintage aesthetic. It's really beautiful. I am so excited to use all of these stickers for journaling. They also have a lot of cute little decals, letters, so you can do letter collaging. I am so excited. This will be the first time I'm actually using it in my journal because I got it for my birthday last week, so I cannot wait. Let's switch to our other point of view. Okay, so this is currently what the desk looks like, and I thought I would just grab a few journals to show you from my past. I know that I've done reading and book related spreads before, but to be honest, I don't exactly remember in which journal at what time, so I'm just gonna leaf through them and we'll see. This is my most recent journal. It's a Talens journal, the art creation line. I love these the best because they are really sturdy and they have a little elastic and they can handle a lot of different mediums really well. You can paint in them, collage in them. They do bleed a little when you use alcohol markers, but it's like not a lot. It's a good amount of bleeding, I guess. It doesn't bother me, is what I'm trying to say. I started this one on the 20th of April last year, and it's now quite filled up. I'm not there yet, but I would really like to get it in under a year, but it's not sure if I'm gonna make it. So this is a spread I remember doing in September last year. So this is one of my bookmark designs. It is also on a tote bag in my shop. And I had accidentally printed one of my bookmarks on sticker paper. So I had this sticker and I was like, let me actually just use that because it's a cool design that I'm really proud of and I really wanted to use it. So I decided to make this little reading list for September. I just really like this spread. I think it has such cute fall vibes and I love the way I use different elements. So this is from a sticker sheet that I got from Flow, which is a magazine. They always have such cute things you can put in journals, and they had this sticker sheet with all these letters. So I made this little reading list. Then I drew this September on a little bag. I think this is a bag that I got from Solstene. I often save bags that I've gotten from somewhere and then I just use them in my journals because I like when there's like different little scraps of paper in there. Before you all come out to be really angry at me, this is actually a scrap from a book, and I thrift books every now and then I use them to scrapbook with, so they're not like new books. Often they're also a bit damaged, and I bought this one in German and I don't really speak German other than like very basic German. I always use it as a collage book. This is a Canva graphic that I printed out. I use Canva a lot for work, and then sometimes I use their graphics in like my journal spreads. And then this is actually from a vintage botanical book that I've also thrifted. I've drawn a lot of inspiration about mushrooms from that book because I love drawing mushrooms and they have a lot of different mushrooms in it, and I always like using those for collages. And this is actually also from a mushroom, but I've cut out like a little shape and then I've drawn a pumpkin on top of it. So I thought that was really cute. This is a sticker from Agatha Planck, who I've seen at a Comic-Con artist alley. I thought it fit the vibe really well. And then here I got to listing some books that I was reading at that time. So at the top we have Live and Let Chai by Brie Baker, which is a really cozy mystery set in a tea shop by the sea. It was such a cute read. Perfect for like September when it's still a little bit summery, but it's not really full on fall yet either. I tried to draw the cover of The Golden Spoon, but it was really like much more difficult than I anticipated. Although I have to say, the bird, I think it's a seagull, is also not looking so good on that top cover. This was basically like the Great British Bake Off meets a murder mystery, and it was all set in this manor that was absolutely terrifying. It was a lot darker and scarier than I thought it was going to be. I still had a good time though. And then here we have Hex Appeal by Kate Johnson. I read a lot of witchy books that summer, and I mean I'm still reading a lot of witchy rom-com books. This one was especially really cute though. I loved that they had like a magical house. That was one of my favorite things about it. I refound this spread and it's not strictly book related, but I think it's bookish enough. It's basically a Paris list that me and one of my best friends made when we were going to Paris. I think we were actually on the train when we were making this, and it's just so cute to have as a keepsake, and especially now looking back on it. We had all these little scraps of places we wanted to go within Paris, and a lot of them are book related because we are notoriously big book girlies that just want to go book shopping when they go somewhere. This is the Bibliothèque Nationale, which is such a stunning library. I have to go there at some point. We didn't make it when we were on this trip. We were really busy just doing other stuff, but the library seems so stunning. I love the architecture, and I've been to Paris a few times and I've never been, so that's really sad. Then this was a really cozy passage. This is a restaurant that we also ended up not going. We did go to this Shakespeare & Co bookshop, which is adorable. I've shown it in a video I think as well. It is such an atmospheric bookshop. And then we went to the Abbey bookshop as well. which is a lot less known, but it's still very cute. And then, of course, some more just like general tourist things that we went to see. Now, this is a spread that I've made completely based on Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And I know this is not like, when I look at other people sharing their book journal, and it's much more bullet journal style, but I also do a lot of things like this where I'm just like reminiscing on the vibe of a book and writing down a quote and making a painting around it, which seems not very productive, but it's something I really enjoy doing. So I've painted this little cozy bookstore cafe. I really tried to sort of capture the vibe that the book gave me. It's a very cozy book where a very cutthroat literary agent comes to a small town and ends up falling in love, and there were so many beautiful quotes in it. And even though the painting is not like directly related, I really wanted to capture the vibe, and I just really enjoyed making this and picking out the colors. And I tried to do a little perspective thing as well, although that kind of didn't really work out but I still think she's cute. And then I wrote down a quote from the book here. That's life. You're always making decisions, taking paths that lead you away from the rest before you can see where they end. Maybe that's why we as a species love stories so much. All these chances for do-overs, opportunities to live the lives we'll never have. I just thought that was so beautiful, so I really enjoyed making this whole spread around this book and this specific quote. Now, here is an actual spread where I wrote down some books that were still on my TBR back then, and it's really funny to see because I think 3 of these I've read by now, so look at me. I mean, this is an old journal, so it would have been a little bit worrying if I still had not gotten to those. So I printed out this black and white photo, and then I put some paint on top of it and also a little washi tape. I had these really fun glitter gel pens at the time that I was using on every single spread, so I also used them on this one. And then here I wrote down some books. I have some more scraps of paper, I think, from magazines. This is a sticker from Basically Brit. I really love this sticker, it's so cute. And the books I wrote down, You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This book was a big hit with me that year. It was this sort of high school sapphic rom-com, and it was really cute and funny. And then we have Witches of Ash and Ruin by E. Latimer, which is also a sapphic book about 2 witches in opposing covens, and it's like kind of enemies to lovers. The Black Veins by Asia Monet, which is about this group of teens going on an adventure, and it's very found family. And the Athena Protocol, I think that was about spies, but I don't know because I've never actually read or finished that in the end. And that is by Shamim Sharif, but I like this vague inkling where I'm like, I think it was something to do with spies, but I don't remember. This spread is quite old. I think this is February 2019 or 2020. Not entirely sure, but it's at the very start of my English booktube channel. I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years, but my English channel, I think that originated in 2019. And I wrote down here books I read lately, and I made a few fave lists. And I also did again the thing where I drew the books and I wrote the titles in them. I think the spread is really nicely color coordinated, but I would never make it like this right now, I think. And I've always loved using these white acrylic markers on top of paint. That's still one of my favorite things to do. So I wrote down faves here. It's Mary Ventura and the Ninth Kingdom, The Last Magician, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Art Matters. I really liked Art Matters. It was such an inspiring non-fiction book about creating. And then we have Fierce Femmes and Notorious Liars by Kai Cheng Tom. That was such an amazing trans girl power read, and it was very funny and very well done. Like such an inventive book. Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I had a big Neil Gaiman phase this year. I don't know what happened to me. I also read Fortunately the Milk, which is a really cute children's story. I listened to that on audio, and I remember reading it with my sister, and she really loved it as well because it's just so cute and so whimsical. And then there's Knop voor Dick Meisje. That is a Dutch book which is like body positivity related, and it talks about the life story of a great Dutch writer and her relationship to her body. It was really beautifully written. And then honestly, I've been looking at this, but I don't know what it says here, so I don't know what book that is referencing to. I'm so sorry, but I tried. After showing you all these spreads, I thought it would now be a great time to start making some new spreads. Of course, I had to make myself a small iced coffee as well to accompany me on this journaling journey. So I'm starting with cutting out some of the patterns and putting those on my page. I've printed all of them out on sticker paper, so that's really handy. They stick down really well. Then I wanted to put on a big sticker on this left page, but I wasn't really sure what sticker. So I'm looking through my little bag of stickers and through the sticker book, and I ultimately decided on putting down the reading tracker. Then I also knew I kind of wanted to make a little April wrap up / books I am reading in April. So I put down my April sticker, then I got some washi tapes. I love washi tapes and I want to put them on everything. Then I used one of my new sticker sheets that I'm so excited about. This is a moth sticker sheet. It's so cute. This one is coming to the shop on May 3rd as well with my shop update. And so I was just like using the moths everywhere, also on the reading tracker sticker. And then it was time to fill in the reading tracker sticker. So I'm filling in all the books I read, the books I'm still reading, and some of the books that I will be cutting out and putting on the other page. So just general books. I think maybe I also wrote down some books I still want to read. I don't know exactly what I wrote down, but lots of things. Then I started cutting these little printouts that I made of the books that I have read, and they are so cute. Look at them. And then I also printed out this quote and I started ripping that up a little bit to make it look more interesting. And I put that down on the bottom of the page. I had a lot of book covers that I printed out and I didn't really like all of them. Like some of them were really dark and I felt like they were kind of ruining the vibe. So I tried to kind of distribute them in a way that made sense. And then I started writing down my star ratings and some mini reviews or just some thoughts I had about the book. After that, I felt the page really needed something extra. And usually when I don't know what kind of extra thing the page needs, it's just doodles. So I started doing these doodles and I think they look really cute. And that is when I was all ready to start sticking down my book covers. I kind of played around with them because I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I was like, does this look good? Does this look good? And then I ultimately just decided on putting them down like in a really boring way. But I thought it looked the most organized and still cute. Then I got some more washi tape. I also wrote down the date before I started writing down my star reviews. And once again, I wrote a little review text on the side as well. I really like how this spread turns out. I think it's really cute and it's a really lovely combination of tracking my reading, but still being creative. And I think it definitely gives off April spring vibes. And I just love the way she looks. And I'm really happy with the reading tracker stickers I designed as well. I think they are so fun. So I really hope you guys like them as well. And you check out my shop if you want to. Of course, no pressure at all. And then it was time to start on my second spread, which I wanted to focus mostly on my TBR. I started out with the sticker book because I honestly just wanted to put all the stickers I had found down. And I also used these really cute letter stickers to make out TBR, to be read. And then I found this adorable vintage mushroom sticker as well. After I put that down, it was time to put down the quote that I printed out. This is a beautiful quote from Nettle and Bone. And I was kind of figuring out where that should go. I thought it could go many places, but I ended up deciding on the left page. I added some text to it as well, just writing down what book it came from and why I loved it so much, just like some context. And then once again, my little booksies are going to go on the page. I have printed out a Tempest of Tea, and also a Fragile Enchantment. And these are both still books I want to read. Had this really cute print with like some strawberries and some flowers. And I ripped that up in two so I could spread it out and use like as a sort of backdrop for both of the books. So I put that down and I put down the little book stickers on top of it. I really love printing out books like this. It's just so cute. I should do it more often. Then I started writing down where I got the books and why I still want to read them and why I'm excited about them, etc, etc. This is also mostly just a way for me to document my reading and the things I love about reading, so it doesn't really have to be that deep or serious, the things I write down. It's just like fun to be like, oh, I borrowed this book from Eleanor and I'm so excited to read it and it's about vampires and this book has been really popular and I love the pastel cover, which is like, I think that's what I wrote down. Then, once again, I'm so excited to use my new stickers that are also coming out on May 3rd. I promise I will stop talking about the shop updates, or actually, no, I'm not promising that. I will not stop talking about it because I'm really proud of these stickers. This is my fairy creatures sticker sheet, which has all these cute fairy animals. So put down some flowers and then this fairy fawn. She's so cute. I love her. I'm really excited. I put her in the middle of the page because I was like, everybody needs to see my fairy fawn that I designed. Then, of course, it was time to hit the page with some more washi tape. And then I also made a little note of my physical TBR. I mean, technically the book on the left is also on my physical TBR, but yeah, I just needed some more text to fill the bottom, so I decided to write down some of the books I was currently reading and that were on my TBR, like one of the books by my writing teacher that I'm so excited about. I finished it by now because I filmed this a while back, but yeah, so excited. I love how the spread turned out as well. The moon sticker especially is just so stunning. She carries the whole page. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. So I really hope that even though this video was a little bit different than the content I usually do, you guys still enjoyed it. I mean, I already share my art and my journaling a lot in my vlogs, and I know you guys genuinely like to see that then, but this is a little bit different still, in a different format as well. I really hope it was fun to watch. I just really wanted to try something new. Sometimes you really feel like trying new things on the channel, and this week was one of those weeks. I definitely liked how the spreads turned out. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to check out my web shop if you want some cute stickers to use in your own reading journal, but of course you don't have to. I have to give myself a little plug. And if you don't know what to comment, leave me some crafting emojis. And again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye!